All right, so you're here, which means you're probably at least a little interested in keeping up with crypto,
Yeah.
right? Like, who isn't these days? But, trying to follow everything that's going on is a job in itself sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
Feels like every day there's like a million headlines flashing. You're never quite sure what to make of it all. So that's what we're going to try to do today, basically. We're going to try to sort through all that noise and figure out what's actually important. Today, we're doing a deep dive on some of the big moves that are happening in cryptocurrency right now, especially with like Bitcoin and Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Obviously, with Elon Musk being back in the news like he always is.
Yeah, it seems like.
Seems like he can't stay out of that headlines.
Not for too long.
Not for too long, no. So the jumping off point for this deep dive is this Forbes article.
Yeah.
I think it came out pretty recently. It's by Billy Bambro, and the title is Elon Musk issues surprise crypto endorsement amid $3 trillion Bitcoin and Dogecoin price boom.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, it kind of sums it up though, right?
It does.
There's a lot going on. So we're going to unpack all that, see if I can figure out like what's really driving these price swings
Yeah.
and kind of what it means for the future of these cryptocurrencies. So to get us started, let's talk Bitcoin.
Okay.
The article mentions a pretty big surge, right?
Oh, yeah.
It says Bitcoin's gone past $90,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's got up over 20% just this last week,
Oh, wow.
which is huge. It's got traders watching closely
Yeah.
to see if it hits 100,000.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be the next psychological barrier, right?
Totally. And the interesting thing is the Forbes piece kind of links this optimism to Donald Trump winning the election.
Right, yeah. That was a big surprise for a lot of people.
For a lot of people.
And it seems like the markets are reacting to that.
Yeah.
In a big way.
Yeah.
At least in the short term. Okay, so we got like this political thing going on. But the article also mentions some pretty big investors getting into Bitcoin too, right?
Yeah, there's this leak about BlackRock. You know, BlackRock.
It's huge.
They're massive.
Yeah.
And it's saying they might increase their Bitcoin investments. Which would be a huge deal, obviously. Now, it's not confirmed yet. It's just a rumor at this point.
But still.
Makes you wonder, right?
Totally. I mean, if a company like that starts really getting into Bitcoin,
Yeah.
then a lot of other people are going to follow.
And that's like a ton of money flooding into the market.
Exactly. And we see that in the big picture, too.
Okay.
The article talks about how the whole crypto market is at $3 trillion now.
Wow.
Like, that's the first time since 2021.
So it's kind of like a crypto comeback then.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of people are getting excited about crypto again.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to a coin that always seems to get people talking.
Okay.
Dogecoin. The article says it's leading a price pump.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? Well, it means it's going up a lot and pretty quickly. Like it's back at the same levels. It was during that big boom in 2021.
The one that Musk kind of,
Yeah, exactly.
upped along.
Like he is now.
Oh, right. Yeah, he's back at it, huh?
He is. He's running this new Department of Government Efficiency now. They're calling it Doge.
Oh, wow. Real subtle.
Yeah, well, it's Musk.
Of course. And he's been praising Dogecoin again.
Publicly on X.
Really?
Yeah. And he's specifically talking about its inflation.
Okay. Like how much new Dogecoin gets created, right?
Yeah. So Billy Marcus.
Who's that?
He's the guy who co-created Dogecoin.
Oh, okay.
He made a joke online about people complaining about Dogecoin's inflation. And Musk replied saying, quote, "I think the flat inflation of Dogecoin, which means decreasing percentage inflation, is a feature, not a bug." End quote.
Okay. So unpack that a little bit. What does he mean by flat inflation?
So Marcus actually kind of explained it. In his response to Musk, he's saying that a steady inflation rate where the percentage goes down over time, that's actually good for a currency.
Interesting.
It encourages spending.
Okay.
And he pointed out that Dogecoin's inflation is way lower than the US dollars.
So he's saying a little inflation is okay, basically.
Especially if it's predictable.
Got it. And this is where it gets interesting right now. Because Dogecoin is built differently to Bitcoin.
Yeah, the article reminds us about that.
It came from Bitcoin originally, right?
It did. It's what's called a fork.
Okay, so what does that mean exactly?
It means they took Bitcoin's code and then modified it to create Dogecoin.
So it's like a spin-off.
Yeah, basically. And the biggest difference is the supply.
Oh, right. Bitcoin is limited.
21 million coins total.
And Dogecoin is...
unlimited.
Okay, so that's why it has inflation built in.
Exactly. They keep making more Dogecoins, but the number they make each year is the same.
Okay.
So the percentage increase gets smaller over time.
That's what Musk is calling flat inflation.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how these two coins
Yeah.
have such different approaches to the whole idea of scarcity.
Totally. And then, of course, you've got Musk in the middle of all of this.
Yeah, he's been pretty vocal about crypto in the past.
Oh, yeah, back in 2021.
Like, remember when he was tweeting about Dogecoin?
Yeah, and the price would just go crazy.
It was wild.
It was. And he actually got sued for it, remember?
Oh, yeah, the whole thing where people said he was manipulating the market.
Right. But the lawsuit was dismissed.
Okay.
So he's still a big believer in Dogecoin, obviously.
I mean, he still takes it for payments at Tesla and SpaceX, right?
He does. And he owns some himself.
And now with this new job.
Yeah, and all his talk about the US dollar being in trouble.
It seems like he's really doubling down on crypto.
Yeah, he seems to think it's the future.
Okay, so that's Musk, but now you've got Trump back in the picture too.
Yeah, and the article really focuses on that.
It says that Trump winning is actually pushing Bitcoin's price up.
Yeah, people think he's going to be much more crypto-friendly.
Okay.
They're expecting looser regulations.
So that's good for crypto overall.
Definitely. And Trump's even talked about some pretty wild ideas.
Like what?
Like starting a U.S. Bitcoin reserve.
Wow.
And maybe even using Bitcoin to pay off the national debt.
That's a pretty big idea.
It is. But whether it happens or not,
Yeah.
it shows that he's taking crypto seriously.
Okay, so we've got Musk saying Dogecoin's inflation is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Marcus saying that a little inflation is good for any currency.
Right.
It's interesting how the article presents both of those perspectives.
It's good to see that.
Like, it's not taking sides.
Yeah, it's just laying out the different arguments.
So what are the big takeaways here?
Well, for Bitcoin,
Yeah.
it's pretty clear that Trump's win is a big deal.
Okay.
People think he's going to make things easier for crypto.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got these rumors about institutions like BlackRock getting more involved.
So that's all pushing the price up.
Exactly. And then for Dogecoin,
Yeah.
it's really all about Musk.
Oh, okay.
He's back to promoting it.
Yeah.
And he's saying that its inflation model is actually a good thing.
And all of this together has pushed the whole crypto market up to $3 trillion.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It really is. So
Yeah.
it makes you think, like we've got these two very different approaches to crypto.
Yeah. Bitcoin with its limited supply and Dogecoin with its unlimited supply and inflation.
And then you've got all these different opinions about what makes a good currency.
And that's the big question, isn't it?
What will actually be successful in the long run?
Right. Like, what should we be looking for beyond just the price going up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's something for all of us to keep thinking about.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive. It's been a fascinating conversation.
It really has.
And as always, stay tuned for more episodes where we break down the latest news in the crypto world.
Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Mm.
All right, we'll see you next time.
See ya.